Hi everybody, Will here with Just In Time Prepping. This is something of what I would be thinking I'd be wanting to do in case shit hits the fan. That's why I wanted to show you guys that. Before we get started, I also want to show you guys Leo the Lion. I want to let everybody know why I started using Leo here. One thing is because he is a lion and it shows that we are always pushing to be our best. As a lion, we are proud and determined, and something to do with the lion's pride, you know. Another reason I have him is because he means a lot to me. Belonged to a friend of mine that died of cancer, so I kind of integrated Leo into my format. If it offends anybody or anything like that, I'm terribly afraid. Sorry, I should have said something in the beginning. Leo is just a sign to me of pride. The pride I take in preparing, the pride I take in educating others. Pride, Leo the Lion. So that's why I started using him as a prop. Also, the cabin thing was. This is my idea of going somewhere out, middle of nowhere, where nobody knows you. Because if you guys pay attention at all to the news, it really looks like it's coming. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I keep track. I have a lot of my friends who think that I talk about politics and shit hitting the fan too much, that I should just go with the flow, but I for one can't do that. I want to be prepared myself. I want to prepare my family. I want to prepare my friends, and if that means I offend some people the way I talk about different things like politics or the President of the United States or just anything, because I read a lot and so that I can be prepared for what happens. So if you really don't like the way I talk, then you know what, I don't care, because I've been around 6 decades. I'm pretty sure I know what I like and what I don't like, and I really don't like fake people. And people should be prepared no matter what going on in their life, regardless of what they think, because it's going to be only the strong and the people with pride that survive. And to me, that's important. And if I talk too much about politics to you or voice my opinion on some facts that I dug up, then I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. I feel that the more people that know about it, the better. If you guys ever take the time, go read what Trump has planned for the tax code. Now, I usually don't get my politics and my YouTube mixed up, but I read the new tax code that he has proposed, and guess what? He and his family make, I can't remember, $6 trillion or something like that, just off of us, the taxpayer. And then we get screwed at our end of the tax code, but that's okay, because him and his family will be okay. They're going to be set up. Things like that, that really piss me off, because I read a lot, and I read things that are going to pertain to my family in the future when I'm gone. I want them to be able to make the right decisions for what they do. So, things like this here I prop up sometimes, in the picture. I'll do that, because these are all things you should think about for when shit hits fan, because it's gonna. I know it is. You guys can just tell me to go with the flow and forget about it, but that's not who I am. And it's not. There's a lot of people out there that know the same thing, that we're getting totally screwed, and it's either go with the flow or not. I don't want to be screwed over twice. I don't want to be screwed over because I'm being told to by my friends and colleagues, or if I'm getting screwed by the government of the United States. So that's where I'm at, and it kind of pisses me off. This all came to fruit today, and I'm kind of venting, I guess you would call it. So that's how I feel. If you don't like the way I talk about it, I really don't care. I want you to be taken care of, and that's all that really matters to me. And we can't do anything about the politicians. They're going to do what they do no matter what. They're just telling us what we want to hear. So I'm not going to go into it. I would like to go in slightly here. I got some notes over here to the side. I want to kind of go over some basics. And some of the basics are, we know that the necessities that we need are tarps, clothes, water, and transportation. And the transportation, this is important to me about the transportation, is because we can store tarps. I got a ton of tarps in here. And clothes, yeah, I got in the basement over there, I have tons of water stacked up. But the transportation thing is, we pay for our cars now. If we don't pay for them, we drive them one way or the other. We have insurance to pay for them and gas. And so, what are you going to do when the gas runs out? That's a good question, right? So, I'd say have a bicycle close by, because I'm thinking that when the shit hits the fan, they're going to close down all the gas stations. They're going to try to keep everybody kind of confined in a little group there. So, yeah, if you're the kind that want to go with the flow, then go with what they tell you, because they're going to take care of you all right. Anyway, also they have, this came up to me. I didn't think of this. A friend of mine came up with it. They said you could always buy a horse. Horses are easy to take care of. You can ride them, and then they can just eat the grass and stuff wherever you're at. They don't really need all the grains and stuff. They know what they need from Mother Nature. So think about a horse. And then another thing is weapons. And I've really been pushing weapons on here for a while now. We've been making different homemade weapons, like the bow and the arrow. And my son did Atley, I believe they're called. We did a bow and arrow. Then we did blow tube yesterday, and my son liked it so well, he thought I was going to give him the tube, but I didn't. I'm going to go to a friend of mine in Tennessee. So I told him I would be more than happy to guide him through making his very own blowgun, which he seemed pretty interested in that. So some of the other things we need to think about is the bartering system. And the bartering system could be gold or silver, because I think the paper money is probably going to be no good. And some other stuff to think about is tobacco products. If you don't smoke, there's a lot of people nowadays that don't smoke, but there's still a bunch of them that do, and they're hooked on them. So just buy some cartons or maybe a case and throw them in the back corner or something, because somebody's going to want cigarettes, and they're going to be worth a lot. They're worth a lot now. So another thing would be alcohol. Everybody, once in a while got to do something, but why not have some extra? Some of the stuff that you don't drink, put away, because, hey, that could be worth something like a barter thing. And a lot of people think about batteries, but batteries, they don't have a real long shelf life. Maybe, I could be wrong, maybe the lithium ones would be longer, but you gotta rotate the batteries. I just want to tell you, batteries are a good thing, but make sure you rotate them through so that by the time you really need them, you've got some good ones in there. And then ammunition. Ammunition, even if you don't own a gun, ammunition should be one of the very top things that you need to be doing. Whether like 223s or 22 shorts or 22 longs, or some 12 gauge at different shot in them. Some with the shot, the big one, And so these are the things we need to think about. 12, maybe arrows. Arrows would be a good one too. I was just thinking about that. Arrows would make a good swapping tool too, because a lot of people will be doing bows and arrows. So, that's just some of the stuff that I've been kind of going through. These are things that we need to rejuvenate through our mind and make sure that the super list gets all the way built up to where we need it. And the only way we can do that is keep talking about it. If we keep talking about it, then more people jump on with more information. As soon as you get more information, you add that to the list. Pretty soon, guess what? Your list is the super list. And all you did was do it through communication. Because when the shit hits the fan, I'm not thinking we're going to have too much communication on the internet. I think they're going to take it away from us. So, that's pretty much what I have for today. I just wanted to get a bunch of stuff off my chest and kind of review some of the stuff that we have to do to get ready for when shit hits the fan. So, I hope you guys have a great Sunday. And I'm going to send the blowgun to Tennessee, and that person knows who they are, so I'm not going to go anywhere. So make a comment down below and give me a thumbs up. As a matter of fact, give all prepping channels a thumbs up, because they deserve it. They put out the best information to try to get everybody ready for when it's going to happen. So, I'm not going to say any more. You guys know what to do. And subscribe. Make sure you get yourself and your friends to subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And all the places I can be gotten a hold of will be down below. So, for now, have a great Sunday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I'm having a great day now that I've got everything off my chest. So, there. God bless.